Hello good people, it's Furious Styles back at the scene of another tremendous post-pay-per-view summary of Steel Pen Fighting Temple event. I know it's been a bit of time since you last heard from me, and I do apologise for that. But as you all know, various life events can absorb quite a bit of time unexpectedly, but that never stops Steel Pen from holding events that are historically thrilling and make the fans want more each time. The Los Angeles Coliseum had yet another small earthquake caused by the rapacious mixed martial arts fans that attended the most recent Steel Pen event. I know many fans speak about the noise the Seahawks fans can cause, or Richard Sherman all by himself, but they've got nothing on the great fans that attend these pay-per-views. SPFT 140 brought us one featherweight, two lightweight, two welterweight, two middleweight, two light heavyweight, and one super heavyweight battle that will not soon be forgotten. So as always, let's bypass the formalities and let's get down to business. The night's events began with the big boys, the Mack trucks, the bulls known as the super heavyweights, the Power Willie Stoppers, 33 and 13 of Children of the Law of One, and Thiago Fiotti Tavares, 13 and 4 of the Steel Pen Alliance. The Alliance in the house. Stoppers had basically a £60 advantage over Tavares in this fight, and as I see it, the extra weight came in handy, especially for his already powerful punches. Tavares had the right approach in my opinion, trying to chop down the larger man with strong leg kicks, which Tavares was able to land effectively. The first 2 minutes of the fight saw Tavares landing accurate punches and a couple of kicks, but Stoppers landed more punches, then worked his own kicks into the attacks that seemed to throw Tavares off just a bit. Tavares blocked the head kick from Stoppers, but the power of the kick still managed to cut Tavares, and it seemed to me this bothered Tavares more than he led on. He continued to be aggressive in his stand-up game, but his accuracy suffered a bit in addition. Stoppers reported to have improved his striking defence, and that assisted him, no doubt. Tavares was able to land some solid counter strikes as well, but overall it was Stoppers who landed the more effective and damaging strikes. Tavares stepped up his energy output and level of aggression in the second round, and he was able to land some damaging leg kicks. However, he became a bit sloppy when one kick in particular nailed Stoppers right in the beanbag. The crowd groaned in understanding pain, but Stoppers was able to shake it off, and after a few minutes the fight continued. The low blows seemed to motivate Stoppers, and he increased his aggression, landing some hard shots, especially kicks that slowed down Tavares. Once Tavares slowed, Stoppers measured him up, dropped him with a very fast 1-2 combo punch. Tavares got back to his feet but was on rubbery legs for certain. Stoppers measured him again, and after a failed attempt to get closer to Stoppers and possibly clinch and try to gather himself, Stoppers made Tavares eat a jab, followed with a vicious, jaw-cracking right knee that put Tavares on his back and turned out the lights, giving Stoppers the knockout victory. Stoppers' knockout earned Fight of the Night honours, and he's proud of that. Stoppers fights his way back into the win column after a recent defeat by Neo Cable on Christmas Day, so he kicks off the new year the very good way. Tavares has a 5-fight win streak snapped, but he will look to begin a new win streak when he battles Chung Quayla. Moving from the heaviest to the lightest, the next two fights were light heavyweights. Battles that began with Jamie Takedown Gillis, 24 and 15 of Steel Pen Alliance. Make some noise for the Alliance, baby. And Deadly Full Size Mirror, 25 and 15 of Fat Camp. Now I know that there are some special individuals who become mixed martial arts because let's be honest, it's not everyone that step into the ring or cage when someone else is trying to harm them. However, there are some to exhibit rather odd mental approaches to fighting and have a name like Full Size Mirror. Well, it seems to me he fits this unusual classification, but hey, each to their own. Both fighters were pretty evenly matched physically in terms of fight experience, so the better prepared man was going to win the battle. Mirror nailed Gillis with a stinging right hook that opened the cut above Gillis's left eye. Gillis was able to land a few punches of his own in the clinch, but decided to take the fight to the ground, where he felt he had a distinctive advantage. Mirror definitely didn't want to stay on the ground and did his best to end the fight quickly with multiple submission attempts. However, Gillis was too skilled and prepared for those attempts and controlled the action to score the necessary points on the judges' card. Gillis began the second round far better than he did the first, finding his punching and kicking range much faster and hitting Mira with scoring strikes. He didn't do any major damage, but he was setting up Mira for another takedown, which he managed a little after a minute in the round. Mira again attempted a submission, ending but to no avail, and Gillis controlled the action against to the finish of the round and scored the points. In the third round it was more of the same of the action, with Gillis getting the takedown, but surprisingly he opted to slow the action and made the referee stand both men up. Gillis elected to finish the fight standing toe-to-toe with Mira instead of taking him down, but he did enough to win the fight by unanimous decision. Gillis snapped a 2-fight losing streak, so his new year is possibly off to a very good start. Mira finds himself back in the L column and will surely look to get out as soon as possible. The other light heavyweight battle unfolded between Jinha Yoshida, 5-2, of Children of the Law of One, and Matt Santos, 13-9, of the Unholy Outlaws. I don't know if Santos insulted Yoshida's mother or something of that nature, but both of these men were quite aggressive, and Yoshida went into bloodlust. A nasty left cross from Yoshida opened the cut above Santos's right eye and was just the beginning. Both men gave and took solid punches and kicks, and Santos returned the blood favour by tagging Yoshida with a slicing right elbow that opened the cut above Yoshida's left eye. Yoshida seriously got pissed off after that elbow, and you could see the determination in his face. After a battle of who could take more than the other man, with elbows, knees, punches being thudded into each other's bodies, Yoshida shifted the momentum to his favour with a head-snapping right hook that definitely dazed Santos. After mixing it up a bit more, Yoshida returned the slicing elbow favour and planted a brutal left elbow right on the cut above Santos's right eye. That opened it even more. Yoshida's eyes got wide when he saw the blood flow, and he focused directly on that cut. Yoshida managed to slip a stiff left hook on the cut that caused the blood to flow steadily and also made Santos wince in pain. Yoshida basically stared right at the cut, and despite Santos' best effort, he was unable to stop Yoshida from punching the cut again and causing it to turn his face into a grimson mask. Santos was in serious trouble at that point. Yoshida knew it. He measured Santos and unleashed a brain-rattling right uppercut that dropped Santos to one knee. Santos was able to keep himself from falling, but that proved to not much help at all, because Yoshida measured him up again and blasted him with a left uppercut that loosened some of Santos's teeth. Santos hit the mat. Yoshida leapt to the ground. With the referee, he had no choice but to step, giving a technical knockout victory to the Yoshida. Yoshida extends his win fight to 3 and currently awaits a fight offer to be accepted. Santos now has 2 lost fights in a row, so he will be trying to get back into the win column as soon as possible.